Emily Bronte, the British author, once described love as, "Whatever souls are made of, yours and mine are the same." I want to talk to you about a Celtic tradition called Anam Cara. Anam Cara is one of the oldest and most beloved Celtic traditions. It's the one rare awakening between two people, as if an ancient affinity with the other comes alive again. This deepest of loves cannot be broken by time or space or anything else. Within your lover, you find mother, father, brother, sister, friend, and beloved. Anam Cara is the ultimate intimacy between two souls. Your Anam Cara is the one you long for you will prove to yourself that he is the one you can trust with your truth and your tears. He at long last is the one worthy of you. In the book, The Road Less Traveled, Scott Peck defines true love as, love is not a feeling. Love is an action. Genuine love implies commitment and wisdom. Love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. You would likely relate to Barbara, an early client of mine. She was such a sincere, giving, and compassionate woman. She never forgot any friend's birthday. She always volunteered to water plants and walk the dog when someone went on vacation. She was often the first one at work and the last one to leave. We all know a girl like Barbara. Unfortunately, she struggled to find a man who appreciated these gifts that she willingly brought to each new and hopeful relationship. As each man eventually turned away, she naturally felt confused and used and then cast aside. When she first came to me, she spoke of being hopeless, of not wanting to even go on with her life. Her loneliness had grown so deep, it now consumed her. Her friends and her co-workers had grown weary of her sad stories, and she could feel their pity even as they began to avoid her. As wonderful as she was, Barbara had yet to learn the answer to why some men lie, then leave. More importantly, she had yet to learn of her power. Working together, Barbara began to understand how her mother's demands and indifference had programmed her to believe that she deserved love only when she was the good girl, rather than the real girl with real thoughts and real emotions. Since being sweet, compassionate, and compliant had brought her love as a child, in her mind it only made sense to bring all that sweetness into her search for love. How could she not when those old tapes just kept playing with each new man she met? I mean, if it worked for her mom, why not for a man? But every time love hit the wall, well, it was no wonder she was confused and devastated. Working together, Barbara began to see the problem of her little girl programming with the almost predictable tendency of unevolved men to see a sweet woman as easy prey. After confronting how her mother's messages set her up to fail at love as a woman, we began to focus on who she really was. I had her journal about her core values, her gifts and her talents, her personality traits, which were amazing, and her passions. Through this process, Barbara blossomed. Even her meek little voice changed. In fact, she so surprised me when she sat down for her session one day. We'd never even discussed it, but as soon as she said one word, I was shocked to hear the confidence in her voice. Over the next few months, Barbara learned to understand the differences in how men and women approach relationships. She learned the importance of always, always, always loving herself first and to trust her intuition when beginning a new relationship. She learned she was worthy of love on her own terms and had no intention of settling just to have a man in her life. Not every story has a happy ending, but Barbara's did. Her decision to take ballroom dancing lessons was a choice she will never forget. For one day, her prince, her Anam Cara love, walked across that dance floor and asked her to dance. They've been dancing ever since. Bringing the concept of Anam Cara forward in my book and my counseling gifts women with the truest image of what your heart longs for. The Anam Cara lover is who the empowered woman sets her bar to find. He is the man worthy of her. I would love to support you in your journey to embrace your worthiness, to find your own true and best love. Because the key to finding him is loving you. And you are so worthy of love.